This is Sneaker Gears. My name is Levi, and welcome to another episode of Power Gears, where I am finally able to bring you a full review and comparison on the NoBull trainers. So after using this shoe for a few weeks, I am not at a box, and these are technically what you would consider dedicated CrossFit shoes. These are simply amazing training shoes. I was fortunate for my first pair. This is what would be considered NoBull's second generation, and this is their first shoe with a material not of their super fabric. So this is actually their leather trainer. So I do have the lifter, and I do have a full lifting comparison video that you can already click on, and I do talk about the NoBull lifter, and that is really just a luxurious trainer. It does everything well for $300. I can't really say it does anything better, but it's absolutely fantastic. So as far as the trainer, that's what you guys came here for. A lot of the reviews I've read online, nothing's really hit what I wanted to know, and I had to buy them. So hopefully I can give everyone some food for thought and some ideas on who this is for and why it works best. And let's start off with the fit. So the NoBull trainer actually in the new generation does fit pretty much true to size. The material, at least the leather, does flex, give, and allow it to conform to your foot very well. The super fabric, at least in the lifters, is about the same way. So I have read that their first generation did run a little bit small, but I can't tell you go true to size. I was able to get my size 12, and even though I'm a 12 wide, usually I'll get a 12 and a half, and for most shoes that works. In some shoes I do have to do a 13, but a size 12 in this fit perfectly. So I would say, especially in the leather, the way this gives, go true to size, and even with the super fabric, you would be able to go true to size and generally not have too much issue on the way it fits. And if you look at the lacing system here, it is very traditional. There's no gimmicks, there's nothing locking down the sole. It really just closes down right on top. So what that means is you don't have a lot of lateral containment. So this isn't a shoe you're going to be working on much for speed or for agility. This is more for just more CrossFit style stuff or more general training. So you can use this for everything else, but you're not going to have a lot of lateral containment, just as that fit does pull you down into the shoe. So you are locked in fairly well. You don't have any issues as far as lifting with it coming out. Heel cup wise, there's not really a solid heel cup. You can see me squeezing right there, but it does enough where the stiffness is there. You don't really feel like your heel is trying to come out the shoe on any lift, and that takes me into the stability of the shoe and what it's meant for, and that is lifting. This shoe is very, very basic. This is probably the third least cushion CrossFit or training shoe I've ever used. The first or least cushion shoe I've ever used is really by Innovate. This is, I'm trying to read, just their Barefoot FX. I know New Balance has a minimalist version of something like this. There's really nothing to the shoe except rubber. Now this is great for strengthening your foot, and there is purpose for this, and there are folks who do like no cushion. The second least cushion shoe I've ever used is actually the first generation Speed TR. This shoe is incredibly minimalist. It doesn't do much in the way of cushioning. It does have a really nice flick back for the sprinting, and I think this really does much better on turf or grass and or track than it does on any kind of asphalt or hard surface. Then you got these guys. So this isn't something you're going to be using for running and be comfortable anytime soon, but it is very, shouldn't say very, for the most part, very flexible on foot. It doesn't restrict movement in any facet. And let me counter this by, it comes with a very thin and somewhat firm insole. So you're not getting much from this. You're not getting much from this. Now it is pretty flexible. You can see that. Like I said, it's not the most, but it does a really good job. It feels very natural on foot. What I've done is, and you can take the liberty to do this, is you can use pretty much any insole and make this a really comfortable shoe. So what I've done is actually taken one of my full-length Zoom insoles, and all of a sudden this shoe is ridiculously comfortable. So now this is not giving you any stability, but what this does do is allow you to use this shoe for, say, a run with rowing and maybe some light lifts, and all of a sudden you put the regular insole in and becomes a shoe that is, I think, has a 4mm drop, is incredibly stable, and you can use for any lift and it's going to be right up there with any other shoe you're going to be using for a deadlift or a snatch or anything where you feel completely planted to the ground. So as a lifter, it's absolutely fantastic. Now, if I'm recommending this to anybody, it really is, if you like the Nano 6, this is going to be very, very comparable. I wish I could say it's a better shoe than a Nano 6. I think for wide footers, it is going to be a little bit better just because of the fit. And I think with the super fabric or the leather, it is definitely more of a premium shoe. You do feel like you're getting something that is a lot more luxurious. You're spending a little bit more on this, but you're getting something that generally is going to last you a long time. The way the leather wears in, the way the super fabric is, and you're getting something that's going to give you pretty much equal performance. Now, for the money to spend that extra, outside of the longevity, I can't tell you it's worth it. But if you're going to invest in some kind of comforting insole where now you can use these as your running shoes and it's going to last a long time, all of a sudden now you actually have a really good shoe that's going to last you long, that you're really getting your money's worth. Now, as far as the leather is concerned, this thing is super, super soft. It creases almost immediately. On one hand, you feel like it's very luxuriously made. On the other hand, yes, you feel like this is constantly going to scuff. And I don't know if you guys can see it just on here. It already has some scuff marks and what have you. I feel like I want to get these polished and buffed, but I guess that's the nice thing about leather. It's a real material. You can get these buffed out. You can get these worked down because it is a skin, whereas the super fabric is something that you don't have to even care about. And I think half the thing a NoBull offers to the market is really just something that is more individualized. You can get a style, you can get a look that really matches who you are and what you want, no matter what that color is, what patterns they have. The low tops, they have high tops now, and now they have the super fabric and the leather. They do have that high top coffee color and a low top that just came out in that leather brown. And again, if I'm putting my insole in there, I actually do want to get a pair because that is an unbelievable casual shoe that also acts as a boot for every day. There is no reason you can't wear this to work as almost a dress shoe and go do your CrossFit and your workout, go for a run, and keep these on all day. So the magic of NoBull is not that they've done anything special. Just like their name sounds, there's no BS. I mean, that's what their name is. That's really what this shoe is. It is a high quality, well-made shoe that I wish they would invest some R&D and possibly some kind of cushioning or tech for the forefoot. But even without that, you can add to that and make it the comfortable level you want, because the flexibility is there, the lightweight is there, the build quality, the style. So it has a lot of things going for it that are very consistent. As far as a dedicated trainer, if I'm recommending this to anybody, I would not say no. This is a better trainer than pretty much anything else on the market. The stability is fantastic there, but again, so is your Metcon, so is your Nanos, so is your Crazy Powers and Crazy Elites from Adidas. So it's not doing any more than any other training shoe, but if you're looking for a new training shoe, maybe those are worn out and you want something that's a little bit more special or that's maybe going to last you longer, you go through your shoes pretty frequently, this is going to be the shoe for you. Hopefully that helps. If you guys have any questions on them, you can definitely check out NoBull's website and see all the different colorways they offer. I think they have some of the best selection, and they're always coming out with new colorways. If you sign up to their newsletter, I think every month or every 4 to 6 weeks or so, they have something new being released. So it definitely pays up to date. Pays to keep up to date with what they have coming out, and they really have something that reflects your personal style. So I really did enjoy using them. I really enjoy keeping them on. I have kind of just kept them in my car as my go-to shoe. And as far as what I've been using, the DSX2 and supposedly the Nano 8 customs I have coming in, which Reebok delayed, so when those might be better shoes, and I think they really are. So we'll have a full training shoe comparison coming out soon. But guys, if you have any questions, shoot them in the comments below. Follow me on Instagram, follow me on Twitter, Facebook. Really appreciate Rona, and look forward to coming at you soon.